Hey, it's Luke here. Welcome back to this channel and podcast. So this video, I'm going to be talking about the secrets to manifestation that no one has told you before. So a few people asked me from my last video when I said that I believe that I manifested my dream place to live. I really do believe that. I'm going to tell you kind of the secret manifestation practices that I use and the key to manifestation. And if you're not doing this, it's never going to work. If you do start doing this, you will start seeing change in your life, I believe, very quickly. So the way that I believe that I manifested this place, and it probably started years ago, like 3-4 years ago. I remember just a few things that I always used to say in terms of where I want to live. I wanted to have floor to ceiling windows, was a big thing. I wanted lots of light and I wanted a nice view. And these were kind of the main things that I wanted. I also wanted it to feel new. I wanted it to feel like it was like a new place. And we were looking for places for perhaps I don't know, 2 or 3 months. And nowhere was feeling right. And we then came to this place. And it was a brand new build. We're the first people to have moved in. We have the floor to ceiling windows. We have this amazing kind of balcony, amazing view every evening of the sunset. And how did this come about? I would not say that I did it. I would not say that I did anything in particular. But the one thing that I used to do, and one thing that I always do, is I write things down in the present tense, which is a very common manifestation practice. So I'll write things like, I'm so happy and grateful for living in my dream place. And I would write it out and I would try and feel as if it already exists, which is the key. You have to kind of, and I will get into why in a moment. I'm going to go a lot deeper in a moment. But you have to feel as though you already have it. You have to feel as though it's already a reality for you. You have to feel yourself into the reality of what you want to be experiencing now. So how do you begin doing that? One of the first and easiest ways is something like journaling in the present tense, as if you already have what it is you want, and as if you're already experiencing the life that you want to be experiencing. So when you're journaling it, if you're writing it in the present tense and you continuously write, I'm so happy and grateful for, and then you start listing all of the things that you want to be experiencing, it brings you into that fulfilled state as if you already have it. But now here is the key, here is the secret. And if you get this, you've got it. I really believe your external reality is mirroring you. It's not the other way around. People think that something out there happens and then I feel like this. So my external world is causing my internal world. And on a certain level, that is correct. But I believe it also works the other way around. And your inner world does influence how your external world looks. And so if you're in a state of neediness, if you feel as though you really desperately desire something, if you need something desperately, you're in a state of lack. Your vibration, your energy is in lack. And if you're operating from lack, you're most likely going to keep experiencing that on the level of the external. If you imagine different frequencies, like tuning a radio to a different frequency, which is what I often usually say, you can tune a radio to different frequencies, which produces a different output. And lack is a frequency, desire is a frequency, wanting is a certain energetic frequency, an emotional frequency that you're living in. Gratitude, abundance is also another frequency, a much higher frequency. So if you're desperately trying to manifest something, you're doing it wrong. It's not the most effective way. You might still get the thing that you want, but it's not the key way to do it. So the advice that I would give to anyone who is interested in this and that comes to me for advice, I will always say, try your best to forget about the external for a moment in terms of your external life and focus instead primarily on presence. Learning to feel grateful, fulfilled, at peace in the present moment. Make that your primary foundational practice. Make that your only practice at first. Because the moment you start trying to manifest, if you're trying to manifest more money, if you're trying to manifest a better job, it most likely instantly pulls you into a state of lack and desperation because you're not happy where you are. You want to be in the future with all of those things, and your vibration decreases. You lose the power of presence within you. The power of manifestation lies concealed within the present moment. Your ability to manifest is determined by how you feel now. So the moment you start looking to the future, trying to manifest something or trying to get somewhere that's not here, you pull yourself into a state of lack. Does that make sense? Every time you look to the future, believing that the future is better than the now. And now your mind might say, but the future will be better than the now because my now is horrible. And that's the ego. That's the trap. That's the mind that takes your surroundings, takes your current life circumstances, points out everything negative, everything wrong, and it filters that to you, and then it creates a better image of a better future, and then you start trying to get to the future away from the now. And the issue with that is that you cannot ever not be in the now. You cannot ever not be in the present moment. You will always be in the here and now. You're never not in the present moment, and you will never arrive at the future. You may have heard me say, that's why I often say the future comes to you. The future makes its way towards you. You're not going to the future. You'll never experience the future. You are always in the present moment. It's where your entire life unfolds. So if you can't be happy in the present moment, you'll never be happy. If you can't be at peace in the present moment, you'll never be at peace. Because the moment the future comes, it presents itself to you in the present, and then you'll start looking to the future again. And it's a continuous cycle. And so the evolution of what you're looking for, the way out of this inner state of unhappiness and suffering that we humans have lived in for thousands of years, is learning to end that cycle of believing my happiness is in the future, and instead radically accepting how things are now. It's through acceptance of the present moment where you feel fulfilled, where you feel at peace, where you begin to feel more at ease, more peaceful, more calm, which are all higher vibrations. Calm, gentle, peace. These are higher vibrations that will lift you out of your old external circumstances, your life circumstances, and most likely pull you into a more pleasant external reality. Does that make sense? If your external reality is mirroring the inner, if you shift your inner world, your outer world will change. So that's why I try not to too much talk about manifestation, because it's secondary. And you don't know what you want. You don't know what you want. We don't know what we want as humans. I always believed I wanted to be a clinical psychologist, and maybe I still will be one day. But that was my dream for a long time, was wanting to become a clinical psychologist and be a doctor. Because I thought that would fulfill me when I was younger, 17. I thought that would be the thing. Once I've done that, then I'll be fulfilled. And it's not happened yet. But I'm now working as a spiritual counselor, and I help people one-on-one, and I'm doing CBT work with people, and I love it. And rather than looking at spreadsheets and doing scientific studies and quantitative analysis, which I don't enjoy very much, I'm spending my time helping people and making videos and making content, which I love. I didn't know what I wanted, but I'm in something now that I really enjoy. It's the same for many people, that we often don't know too much what we want. Some people, for example, believe if I just had £1 billion, then I'd be happy. However, for many people, when they get that big sum of money in one go, it actually ruins them. Because they can't handle it, they can't contain that energy, and they often turn to drugs, they become depressed. This happens to lottery winners, we know that. So why does that happen? For many people, the one thing that keeps them going is this idea that happiness is in the future, and it gives them hope. But the only reason you need hope is because you haven't found presence. The moment you sense and find presence, you no longer need hope for anything, because you found what it is that you were looking for, which is a state of consciousness, a state of being, which is deeply joyful, deeply peaceful, and it's found in the now. So if you want to manifest, a better external reality, the first thing you need is patience. You'll need patience. Some people try manifestation practices for a few months, maybe even a few years, and they don't see anything and they believe it's nonsense and they give up. You need patience with it. You also need to have the ability to be honest with yourself and sense, am I really manifesting from abundance or from lack? That's the key. Just be honest with yourself, am I in a state of lack and desire? If you are, you're draining yourself of power, it's not working as well. However, and if you know that, if you notice that I am in desire right now, all you have to do is realize that desire for something pushes it away. I really believe that. That desire for I really, really want this thing and I really need it, whatever it might be, actually pushes it away. And you can see that in relationships or interactions with humans. If you're in a date, for example, and you really, really like this person and you're in that kind of needy state, you tend to push them away, compared to if you just relax and be yourself and let them be themselves and see what happens. You tend to actually attract them. So you see it in people. It's the same with things, with objects, or with situations on jobs and whatever it may be. The more you relax, the more you just let things be as they are, the more you feel content in yourself by practicing just being in the now, the more things unfold for you more helpfully. And when you practice presence, when you practice feeling that fullness that comes from that, the sense of just, the utter joy of just being, the joy of just being as you are, not trying to get anywhere, and just looking around and just letting everything be as it is, and just surrendering and just feeling that sense of relief that comes from that, and holding that frequency. That energy will then begin to leave you and taint your world, and it's like a projection, a better hologram will present itself to you. So that is my view of manifestation. Get the inside right, practice presence, and then the more you're getting better at that, you can combine that with the practice that I was talking about of journaling. So when you're in that full state of presence where you're so joyful, you're not trying to get anywhere, you're just joyful for where you are, and then you can just start writing down things that you want. I'm so happy and grateful for this dream apartment. I'm so happy and grateful for this dream career. I'm so happy and grateful for this dream partner. I'm so happy and grateful for this dream job, this dream amount of money, this dream lifestyle. And you start detailing it, and you start writing about it, but you're writing about it in such a joyful way that you're not actually trying to get anywhere. You're not feeling in a state of lack. You're feeling as though it's already existing and you're already there, and you're in that high state, and you enjoy doing that, and do it every night, and just get into that pattern of doing that. And then you'll know if it's probably working, because the next day you're not overly focused on it. You're just living your life. Whether it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. There's been many times where I've tried to manifest a video going viral and it hasn't worked, and I'll get like a few hundred views. But then there's been some other times where I've done the exact same practice and it gets millions of views. Who knows why? But I do believe that the times where it does work, something shifts. It's like something comes through in terms of something deeper is at work. But I hope that helps. So secrets to manifestation is practice holding yourself in a high frequency, a high vibration. Live as though you are a infinite spiritual being, because you are. And remember that. And know that you have a choice. You are conscious. You are a conscious being, and you can choose how you feel. You can choose how you respond to things. And you can choose how you think about things. Remember that. When your mind is going off to the horrible past or worrying about the potentially horrible future, remember that if you're present enough, you can see that that's not helping, and make the conscious choice to simply pull your attention from all of that nonsense thinking and just be present. Be grateful. Be where you are. You're a conscious spiritual being. And you have a say over your life circumstances, but the primary power comes from the present moment. So I really hope that helps you. I will be holding an online retreat very soon. So if you want to join that, click the link below and sign up to my email list, and I'll post that there. But I really hope this helps you. Thank you so much for still being here. I know I'm not posting as often, but yeah, I'll hopefully post a lot more soon. I really hope the videos are still helping you. If you need any more clarification on anything, my one-on-one sessions are always there for you. But I hope that helps. Keep going with everything. Take care, and I'll see you in a video very soon.